This lesson's on comparing decimals. First of all, have a go at the quick starter on the board. Don't forget to be able to tell the time as well. You've got 4 questions plus the time question. Pause when you're ready and then check the answers. Right, in today's lesson we're going to be comparing numbers with decimals. Write down and compare these decimal numbers using greater than, smaller than or equals to. Let's remind ourselves about these symbols. This is greater than. We know it's greater than because this is the largest part, so this side here is greater than. This is smaller than because this part is the smallest part. So the first thing we need to do is actually identify what number is shown. I've got 2 ones, then I write in my decimal point. I've got 2 tenths, and I've got 1, 2, 3 hundredths, giving me 2.23. On this side, I've got 1, 1. I put my decimal point in. 2 tenths, and 1, 2, 3 hundredths. So now I need to decide which equality symbol do I need to use. 2.23 is bigger than 1.23, so I go with the bigger than symbol is here. 2.23 is greater than 1.23. Here's our next one. 2 ones. Put my decimal point in. 1 tenth, 2 tenths. 1, 2, 3 hundredths. And over here, 2 ones, 3 tenths, and 2 hundredths. Now, in terms of comparing the numbers, they've both got the same number of ones. So I need to go to the next place value to compare them. This has got 2 tenths, we can see here. And this one's got 3 tenths, we can see here. So 2.32 is bigger than 2.23 because it has 3 tenths. Because they're in this order, I'd need to say 2.23 is less than 2.32. So I have the less than part pointing to the smaller number. 2.23 is smaller than 2.32. Okay, here's one for you to have a go at. So pause when you're ready, and you need to make sure you work out what the number is, and write it down, both sides, and then decide which symbol you need to use. So I've got 3 ones, put my decimal point in. I've got 1 tenth, 2 tenths. 1 hundredth, 2 hundredths, 3 hundredths. And on this side, 3 ones, put my decimal point in. 1 tenth, and 1, 2, 3, 4 hundredths. To compare them, they've both got the same number of ones. So I need to go to the next place value. This one has got 2 tenths. This number has only got 1 tenth. So this number is bigger, is greater. 3.23 is greater than 3.14. Use the symbols to compare these decimal numbers. Right, it's slightly different on a place value grid. I've got 2 ones. Put my decimal point in. I've got 3 tenths, and I've got 4 hundredths. On this side, 3 ones, put my decimal point in, no tenths, and 5 hundredths. This one's only got 2 ones, this one's got 3 ones, so 2.34 is smaller than 3.05. And the smaller than is pointing to the smaller number. I've got 2 ones, put my decimal point in, I've got 3 tenths, I've got 3 hundredths. 2 ones, put my decimal point in, 2 tenths, 6 hundredths. When I go to compare them, they've both got the same number of ones, so I need to go to the next place value. This one has got 3 tenths, this number's only got 2 tenths. 3 tenths is greater than 2 tenths, so 2.33 is bigger than 2.26. Here's one for you to have a go at. Pause when you're ready, and then check your answer. No ones, decimal point in, 2 tenths, 4 hundredths. No ones, decimal point in, no tenths, and 8 hundredths. When I go to compare them, I can't compare the ones because they've got the same number, they've got 0 ones. This one's got 2 tenths, this one's got no tenths. 2 tenths is bigger than no tenths, so I need the bigger than symbol. Use symbols to compare these numbers. 5.63 and 5.36. Start from the front. The ones. They've both got the same number of ones, so I can't use that to compare them. So I go to the next column. This number's got 6 tenths. This number's only got 3 tenths. 6 tenths is bigger than 3 tenths. 1.04 and 1.4. They've both got the same number of ones. So I need to go to the next place value. This number's got 0 tenths. This number's got 4 tenths. 0 tenths is less than 4 tenths. So I use the less than symbol. Don't be tricked into thinking that this number is bigger because it looks larger. This 4 has the value of 4 hundredths. We could put a 0 there to show that it has no hundredths, but it's this place value here, the tenths that you're comparing. No tenths, 4 tenths. 7.8, 7.79. They've both got the same number of ones. This has 8 tenths. This has 7 tenths. 8 tenths is bigger than 7 tenths. Again, don't be fooled by thinking that this number is larger in value because it has a digit in the hundredths column. We could have put a 0 there to show that there are no hundredths. 7.80 and 7.79. It is the tenths that we're comparing. Right, now your turn. Think carefully, take it in turn for each place value. Compare the ones, then compare the tenths, then if you need to, compare the hundredths. 3 ones, 3 ones. No tenths, 9 tenths. 0 tenths is less than 9 tenths. 2 ones, 2 ones. 1 tenth, 5 tenths. 1 tenth is less than 5 tenths. 6 ones, 6 ones. 2 tenths, 1 tenth. 2 tenths is bigger than 1 tenth. Right, slightly more challenging, you need to put a digit in to make the number statement correct. 0.54 is bigger than. So, this has got 4 hundredths. We need to put a digit in the hundredths column that's going to be smaller than 4. So I could put a 3 in there, I could have put a 2 in there, I could have put a 1 in there. And let's just read it back to make sure we're certain it's correct. 0.54 is bigger than 0.53. 0.54 is bigger than 0.52. 0.1 something is smaller than 0.18. So I'm looking for a hundredths digit that's smaller than 8. It could be 7, it could be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not 0, because technically you wouldn't write a 0 there. 0.72 is the same as. There can only be one value that goes in my tenths column. It can only be 7 for it to be the same as. You're now ready to have a go at the sheet. Don't forget to mark it and have a go at completing the reflection shape when you finish the task.